Nicki Minaj receiving backlash for what appears to be a post in support of a post from Trump. This is according to an article in the Mirror US. She reposted Donald J. Trump's post in apparent show of support. This video is for entertainment and informational purposes only. Therefore, everything is allegedly. We are going to read his post and her response that has people in an uproar. Also, we're going to take a look at how the people went in on Nicki Minaj on Twitter. You know, Nicki has been posting on controversial issues for a while now. Now it appears he has taken it to another level with her posting on politics at a time where the government is so divided that the government has been shut down for a month. Donald Trump in his post says the following, which some of the words have been changed to follow YouTube guidelines. You can see the original post as I read along. Donald post, Christianity is facing an existential threat in Nigeria. Thousands of Christians are being unalived. Radical Islamists are responsible for this mass slaughterisms. I am hereby making Nigeria a country of particular concern. But that is the least of it. When Christians, or any such group, is slaughterism like is happening in Nigeria, 3,100 versus 4,476 worldwide, something must be done. I am asking Congressman Riley Moore, together with Chairman Tom Cole and the House Appropriations Committee, to immediately look into this matter and report back to me. The United States cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria and numerous other countries. We stand ready, willing and able to save our great Christian population around the world. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America. This is what he posted. Nicki comes along, reposts the Donald, and in response, this is what she has to say. She says, reading this made me feel a deep sense of gratitude. We live in a country where we can freely worship God. No group should ever be persecuted for practicing their religion. We don't have to share the same beliefs in order for us to respect each other. Numerous countries all around the world are being affected by this horror. And it's dangerous to pretend we don't notice. Thank you to the President and his team for taking this seriously. God bless every persecuted Christian. Let's remember to lift them up in prayer. Appears she is supporting Trump in this endeavor. However, some people on X do not agree with this support from Nicki and are voicing their opinions as well. For the most part, people are going in on Nicki. However, she does get minimal support on X. Before we move on, one could question, is she really supporting Trump, or has she just found the opportunity to show gratitude for the Wayne pardon? I know this is highly off subject, but there are some things that make you say, Wayne was giving clemency during Trump's first term as president, according to an article on CNN entitled, Trump Grants Clemency to Rappers Lil Wayne and Kodak Black in Final Flurry of Presidential Power. Seems like he got a lot of support from rappers with this one. Let's move on from my conspiracy theories and look at the comments from people on X responding to Nicki Minaj's post in support of Trump on Christianity issue in Nigeria. Seems like the people are attempting to school Nicki. Alright, so Nicki Minaj reposted Donald J. Trump, and this is what the people had to say about it. One person says, if you care about the truth, data, and statistics, you would know this is a fat lie. There is no ethnic or religious group that is being prosecuted in Nigeria. What we have are Boko Haram terrorists, and they don't discriminate. In fact, they attack and unalive more Muslims. Wow, so you know, they add more explanation, but we're not going to open that up. Another person says, I'm Nigerian. Feel free to visit Nigeria again, and stop parroting every propaganda you read on the internet. The recent unalivings in the North Central region have nothing to do with a Christian genocide or religious-based unalivings. Matter of fact, more Muslims are unalive in, and they have a long, drawn-out explanation that we're not going to open. Another person says, sit this one out, please. You have no idea about the intricacies of Nigerian national politics. In Nigeria, we have families where one parent is Christian and the other Muslim. So stay out of our national politics. Because when Nigerians are caught up in endless unalivings, you're... Alright, so I guess they're saying you're silent when they're... Anyway, another person says, see the prosecution of Christians in Israel. They are spitting on them. I hope your president will address this issue. So they are taking it to Israel. But we're talking about Nigeria here. Stay focused, people. This person says, girl Trump is threatening to start war with Venezuela and putting Trinidad in the middle of it. And your goofy dumb A is endorsing him. They should have kept your stupid A in Trinidad. OMG. Alright, so they're saying what about your country, own country that you come from, that might be threatened by the Trump regime, is what I am getting from this. Not sure how true this is, so people do your research. But any who appears they want Nicki to speak up for Trinidad. Another person says, as a Nigerian Muslim, we condemn any attack on innocent people, Christian or Muslim. Nigeria's insecurity affects all of us. We pray for peace, unity, and fairness for every community. May God protect our country. Now to that I say, well said. Most people want peace. Another person says, Prince of Peace Choir in Nigeria. These angelic voices are some of the Christians being unalived. Okay, so another person says, heartbreaking. Christian pastor in Nigeria begs the West to help Christians who are being unalived by Muslims. All right. Another person says, yes, today is really. Settlers burned down an entire Christian town in Tabia in West Bank. So I don't know how true this information just appeared to be the opinion of some of the people responding to Nicki Minaj. Another person says, I know this is an agenda to take over Nigeria, but I can't prove it yet. All right, so people are saying that this might be an excuse for America to try to take over Nigeria. We're just going to read one more comment and let that be it. This person says, just thought you should know where Christians are actually being prosecuted. So I guess this is a picture of life of Palestinian Christians under Israeli occupation. All right, so we're going to end it there. So it seems like she's receiving more backlash than she is receiving some, support on this post. So since I don't live in Nigeria and I don't really know what's going on in Nigeria, I'm just going to leave it at that. But anyway, let me know what you think about this entire situation. These are some of the responses to Nicki Minaj, who is a platinum-selling rap artist. Leave your thoughts, comments below. Did Nicki go too far by posting what some perceive to be support of President Trump? Or is she simply exercising her right to free speech? You be the judge. I personally see it as she is just agreeing with one post from the president. It does not mean that she agrees with everything he does. So not a blanket show of support. Also, Nicki is not known for giving her opinions on politics. She usually leaves that for people in the rap industry, such as Rock Nation, and people she has personal issues with, is what I have seen. I'm thinking this is a one-off post as far as politics goes. Moving right along, Nicki's ex Meek Mill was detained. Of course, Nicki has long moved on from Meek Mills, who is still a single man. Nicki is married now with child. According to the Mirror US, Meek Mills was briefly detained before releasing him. Meek Mill post on his X page, "They just pulled me out the car and cuffed me in front of the whole club, embarrassed the esh out of me in 9 City. I'm not scared to go outside without a pow-pow. They had pows in my face for no reason, shaking my head. I thought it was a prank." He goes on to say, "They trying to get me." So what was Meek talking about? According to the Mirror US, in their article entitled, P. Diddy's rapper pal Meek Mill detained outside of nightclub in New York City. Now why they have to bring P. Diddy's name into this? Diddy somewhere at Fort Dix minding his business. But I get it, they used to be so close as friends that they once wore matching outfits. Reportedly, Meek was temporarily detained by NYPD officers outside a Manhattan nightclub. Videos spreading across the internet capture the Philadelphia native standing with his hands behind his back and questioning the police officers' motives while people are crowded around the scene. Per this report, according to TMZ, reported that police officers were responding to a call of a man having a firearm around 4 a.m., so authorities stopped a vehicle that matched the given description and license plate. There was no weapon found, leading all 3 occupants of the car, including Meek, to be released without being arrested. TMZ reported that police officers were responding to a call of a man having a firearm around 4 a.m. So authorities stopped a vehicle that matched the given description and license plate. There was no weapon found, leading all 3 occupants of the car, including Meek, to be released without being arrested. Apparently, Meek did not have a pow-pow on him at the time since all 3 were released. Appears Meek, contrary to the police's suspicion, was not riding dirty. You be the judge. Was Meek profiled by the police, or were the police just doing their jobs? Please comment your thoughts below. That's it for this video. Make sure you like this video, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And hit the notification bell so that you will be notified when my next video comes out. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.